There are days that every university student look forward to. Graduation day is one of those.
Today's my graduation shoot. Yeah, I'm excited.
Amanda Dankwa has just completed a degree in psychology at the University of Ghana.
I'm fulfilled that by the grace of God, I've been able to complete school.
In her time here, she remembers several days when teachers stayed out of the classroom on strike, fighting for better conditions of work.
Psychologically, you know that you're supposed to go to class, and interaction with the lecturers sort of helps to grasp some of the concepts. But because you have to do it on your own, you can't tell whether you're on the right track or not. It's just hard. It's just a struggle. Yes.
So let's just say I'm a model validation.
I have come to meet Dr. Suleimana Idisa. He came to the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, in 2016 to teach, and then to the University of Ghana.
My take home came to about, I would say less than 5,000 Ghana cedis. The incentive to stay here got smaller by the day, the more frustrations I faced within the system.
He had just earned his PhD in economics at the University of Missouri in Columbia, USA. 2 years after that, he left, went back to the US, and took a job as a banker.
At the time I was living Legon, I'm taking home less than $1,000 a month, which means I made a whole lot more money being a graduate student than working in Ghana as a full-time lecturer. I was spending like 1/3 of my income on fuel alone, not to talk about rent and everything else that comes with, the stress of Accra living, right? Another friend of mine recently relocated to another institution from Legon, just on the basis of this kind of rising cost of living and standard income. Your money is not going up, but the cost of living is skyrocketing every day, and it's just terrible.
The issue of conditions of work for university teachers ran deeper. Over the past 2 years in the University of Ghana alone, around 20 lecturers have left their job for various reasons, key amongst them poor salaries. This is the University of Cape Coast, also one of the country's largest. Inside, I have come to meet Dr. Francis Ano. He trained at Cambridge University. Like some of his colleagues, he too has toyed with the idea of leaving the classroom.
I remember when I got my promotion in October 2019, when I opened it in the head of department's office, it was misfilling. Part of it, I was excited because, at least it showed that I had made some progress within the 3-4 years I had been there. But the part that made me a bit sad was the fact that I didn't really see any major improvement in my salary. And you ask yourself, you've done all this, taught this number of students, you've had to do research, publish a certain number of papers in certain reputable journals, only to see this.
The Fair Wages and Salaries Commission have been the middlemen between government and university teachers. The commission insists lecturers have the best possible pay now. Elankra speaks for them.
It's unfortunate because at the end of the day, it looks as if the focus is on lecturers, when in actual fact, those who are really suffering are the students. But it is unfair to them because the employer, being government, is paying UTAC whatever is due them. Just this October, we concluded negotiations for conditions of service. I don't know any group or any person who sits down to negotiate conditions of service that will make them worse off. Even the single spine doesn't do that. The single spine frowns on any situation which makes anyone worse off. So it's fair to conclude that by the end of October, we came up with conditions of service that make them better off. Indeed, I can confidently tell you that the conditions of service that we signed off on in October were the best conditions ever for UTAC to date.
If we can pay people monies that reflect their worth a little bit. Incentivize them to work harder. Just make them more productive, make them happier. I think we can solve a lot of problems in this country that way.
We can't just give up yet. We believe that something will be done about our conditions of service so that we can all stay here and contribute towards the development of our country, because nobody will come to do it to improve the situation for us. We have to work to make things better.
I hope that the students will brace themselves towards the strike action, because they don't know when it's going to end and they don't know how many strikes they are going to face in the coming years. So they should just brace themselves and study hard, and by the grace of God they will finish.
1, 2, 3.
This strike may be called off or maybe not, but the issues that underlie the seasonal strikes by university teachers remain and would always come back to haunt the country. Justice Baidu, Joy News, Accra.